Do you despise bleeding your vehicle's brake system as much as I do? Today we're going to look at the AGM Brake Pressure Bleeder and hopefully have great things to say about it. Coming up, so let's go. I'm Drew and this is Evergreen Overland. On this channel we do gear reviews, vehicle mod tutorials, and help overlanders outfit themselves for adventure. I hate bleeding my brake system, which means I don't really enjoy working on my brake system. But being that we're doing the Lexus GX 460 brake caliper and rotor upgrade to this 2005 Toyota Sequoia, it's going to be a necessity for me to bleed the system, and I do want to go ahead and just get all the old brake fluid out of this thing because it really needs a refresh. All right, so this is a piece that you fill with the brake fluid, you hook it up to your air compressor. This, I believe, is the reservoir that the kit comes with so that you can hook this line into this bottle and suspend it with this chain at the different points where you're going to bleed your brakes. And this will catch your fluid, also giving you a clear view with the clear hose, being able to see when all those air bubbles stop coming through here, and then also to see when clean brake fluid starts passing through. You have to buy either the vehicle-specific adapter for your brake fluid reservoir right there, or one I have is Universal Reservoir Adapters. It comes with two sizes of tapered rubber pieces right here to basically fit any diameter of your reservoir cap that you might need. First step here, it's saying connect your airline here to make sure your reading on the gauge here shows that this is holding no more than 12 PSI. I have an additional pressure regulator on my air compressor. I have that set to about 25 right now. And if this is measuring correctly, it should read out on here just fine. So it's perfect. All right. So it blows that pressure release at about 22 PSI. This is turned off right now. Loosen this jam nut and then back off your pressure bleeder. Valve open, doing your reading here. Adjust this until a 12 to 15 PSI has been reached. I'm gonna say that is right at 12. And I'm gonna tighten that down.
It would have been nice if a thin, cheap adjustment wrench was included in the kit, but I made it work.
I got it tightened back down, and we are right below the center of the sweet spot. So we're gonna go with that. I wanna say that's probably 12.
I was really taking it slow, just kind of trialing every part of how this kit worked. Here I'm closing off the valve just to see how much pressure it was actually going to take to close off the airflow, and just see how much pressure is going to be going in the line.
Currently set to 17 going into the system, and then plugging this off, we're right where we should be. Yep, about 12 PSI. The supplied wrench, take this off. This is the filler cap. It says fill with 2.5 liters. No more.
I put 2 liters in, but really only flushed through about 1. I removed the old fluid in the reservoir, attached the universal cap, and put some air to it.
Right now the bleeder's going off. It's at what, 7, maybe 8 PSI. Not seeing any leaks from my brake lines. Fluid reservoir seems to be right below max, right where I left it. That's still sitting where it should. Pretty damn clear. I am really becoming a fan of this Wera Joker wrench, double-end adjustable wrench. And it takes a little bit of getting used to like know what direction you need to put it. Other than that little bit of a learning curve, I'm really digging it. Just cracked it. I'm gonna assume it's gonna take a second for the air to work its way through. Hey, there comes the fluid. It is gross. Really like that you can see it's coming out of it. Kind of gauge how much is flowing through. All right, I'm done with the back 2 calipers being bled, and this thing's just maintaining a rock solid PSI.
Definitely a lot more air in the front freshly replaced calipers that I had to get out of the system, but the brake bleeder was working really well. I didn't have any issues with it. Doing a little bit of tapping on the side of the calipers seemed to help release some of the micro bubbles that were in there. And yeah, just felt pretty good about how it was going so far.
Well, that worked well, seemingly. I guess I gotta drive it now, so I guess after I do that, I will run it back through another complete flush and then see if any air bubbles come out. Looking good so far. Sweet, AGM.
After taking it out on that first drive, this is me just bleeding it that second time, going through the process. Definitely getting a few more bubbles out here and there.
We're gonna do a break-in process. I have a pretty good road for doing it. I don't know I'm gonna be able to get anybody to video me coming from a fast stop on down, but I'm gonna try to do it myself. I still kind of want to get what it feels like if I end up ending this video without being able to do that. So let's go ahead and get it up to 60. Do a hard stop. Yeah. So that is definitely some ABS kicking in. Feels great. Yep, brakes feel great. So, cool. All right, we'll finish this back up in the garage. All right, we are done with our brake upgrade, and I am going to say the AGM Pressure Brake Bleeder is worth the money for me. I was fully able to bleed the brake system by myself using just my compressor and the kit, and then the universal adapter for the master cylinder cap. Complete success. You can kind of see, actually this is all the spent brake fluid. You can just see how it settled in kind of layers. The dirty stuff all the way at the bottom and the cleaner stuff all the way at the top. Read the instructions fully. I would absolutely make sure that you have very dry air because water isn't going to compress in your system. And if you have water in the compressor that you're using to pump the air through, it's going to introduce some water in there. So if at all possible, make sure you've drained out any residual water in your compressor. I'm pretty confident I didn't have any water in my system because I do have a Deskin filter in line in my air compressor. I guess that's really about it, and I'm very grateful that I'm not going to have two people anytime I do anything with the brake system. Hey, make sure you head to our website. Email me at drew@evergreenoverland.com to be joining our email list, where I'm working on some cool stuff behind the scenes for our community. Joining that email list will make sure you are in the first group to know about what's coming down the line for that. I think that's all I have for today on the AGM Brake Pressure Bleeder. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.